What up, guys? What up? What up? What up? Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing alright. Today I've got another Sims build for you. It's been a while since I've done one, or since I've uploaded one. It's been even longer since I've done one, because this is another one of my Sims builds that I did ages ago. Probably years ago, I can't remember. I figured it out in the other videos, in my Hobbit Hole one and my thin house thing. And was there any others? I filmed others, but I'm not sure if I've uploaded any others. But this one is a water bungalow, if you can't tell by the title. Basically, it's a bungalow that sits over a little pond, which probably would be a lot bigger if I had the space. But for now, it's just over a little pond. So as you can see, I started by filling in the area completely with water and making a little bridge of land out to where I wanted the house to be. And then I worked a lot with the terrain editing tools to try and get the ground level so that these stilts, these columns would all be level, so that the floor would be level, which was very difficult. I had a little scan through the footage as I was speeding it up just a minute ago, and it seems to have taken me a long time to get this right, as you can see. So yeah, if you're gonna do this yourself, there's probably an easier way to do it. I just don't know about it, but I had a lot of trouble, as you can see. I've just had a quick scan through the footage again, and don't worry, it's not long before I get it right. We're almost there. I think I start using the, yes, that tool. What's that called? The level all terrain tool, the one that levels it all to the same height. And we get there. See, it's done. We've finally done the floor. So make sure that you really know that you've got your house where you want it to be when you start doing this, because it will be a pain to try and move it in The Sims 3 if you change your mind. So now I'm just working on the little porchway sort of area. There's little steps going up to it. It's quite small. The house itself is very small as well. There is not very much space at all. But those are the kind of houses that I like doing. I like having the challenge of not much space. Even in real life, I'd love to live in a really tiny house with a really small space. I don't know. It's just something about it. It's really cute. Minimal. I love it. So yeah, just working on the wallpaper, trying to find something that would suit a water bungalow. At the moment I've got this woody kind of dark brown texture, browny reddy. Now it's brown, but I don't think I go with that in the end. I definitely change it, as you've seen by the thumbnail. Go for a lot brighter, sort of mustardy kind of colour. Yeah, but for now we're going with the wood, dark wood. Of course, I had to use some cheats to do this build because it's such a small area. I needed to be able to place things in those tiny spaces to make use of all the space. So I used move objects to place that post box in the little diagonal area. Really had to be clever with the space. So using bay windows is a good technique for this, I think, because it gives you that little bit of extra space on the sill where it hangs out over the water. And that's quite cute, actually. Being able to sit in there, look over the water. Not that you could do that as a sim, but you can imagine. And then I was trying to make a little patio. Oh, that's a bit crazy. Yes, I struggled with that. Not sure how I solved it, but I don't think we end up going with the little extra outsidey area, because it was just, I don't know what happened with it. It was too much of a struggle, I guess. But yeah, just trying to figure out what to do with the terrain in order to make it work. Oh yeah, I wanted a little ladder down into the water so that you could, I don't know, go and swim in it or get a little tiny boat. It's a very small pond. You wouldn't really have a boat on there, but just imagine the pond being bigger, and that was my idea. Now that is floating in the air. Not sure what's going on here. And there we go, I've undone it all. It just was not working. It's just the way it has to be. It just wasn't meant to be. However, we have moved back onto the windows, adding in some more smaller ones alongside the bay windows to try and just get as much light in there as possible. Because it's such a small space, you don't need that many windows, but I thought it would be quite nice to look out over the water wherever you can from inside the house. Here is where the fun starts with the roof. I've got quite a crazy roof, that one in fact, on the final house. It's very bendy, I like it. I just thought it suited the house really, there was no other reason for getting it. But yeah, I just wanted a crazy roof. I always have very simple roofs, never use any of the more interesting ones. So, got a little like curvy hat kind of roof going on. Yes. And here's where I also changed the outside because I just thought that the dark coloured wood wasn't working very well. So we've gone with a yellowy kind of colour, matching the windows to it as well. I wouldn't normally go for this kind of outer colour, I guess. So I think it's quite nice that I've done something a bit different to what I normally do. You know what though, those bay windows not being able to be central, that annoys me so much. Oh, why did you do that? But yes, if you are bothered by things like symmetry and getting things right in the middle of things, then maybe don't make the same mistakes as me, but it looks like I'm solving it. I just made that corner a diagonal corner, although that does take away some of the space, so maybe I don't keep it like that. But I made it a diagonal corner. And therefore the window was in the centre, and changed some of the other windows to be different bay windows. Don't remember those. Maybe I don't keep them. Okay, looks like we're moving on to the interior. I forgot the word. So, we are planning the layout room by room, I think. That's going to be a little bathroom. Yep, I am. Just planning out the interior. Tiles, man. They are the bane of my life. It's so difficult. I always want to match the floor tiles to the wall tiles if I'm tiling a bathroom completely, walls and floor, but you know, it's so difficult. I don't think there are any that match either the size of the tiles or the colour, although you can change the colour with the colour thing, which I always forget what it's called. Creator style. Yes. I don't know, I probably change it quite a lot throughout this room. Probably change it quite a lot whilst working on this room, that's what I'm trying to say. Or I just tile one side. It's a very small bathroom, only 3.5 squares, so yeah, gotta use move objects in there, definitely. Now we're moving on to the kitchen, which is also very small. Everything in this house is very small, if you couldn't tell already. But with this kitchen, I've just piled it all into one little corner, sort of where that bay window is, that's all the kitchen as well. And yeah, there's not much counter space, but I think there's enough for the needs of the Sims, so it works just fine. You can look out the little window onto your porch to see who's coming into your house, knocking on your door. Get out of my house. But working in a corner like this, where some of the walls are diagonal and some of them are straight, obviously there's a lot of trouble with clipping with the counters when I'm trying to position them with move objects on, and also clipping through the wall because I'm trying to push them back as far as possible to get enough space. There was the trouble of where to put the fridge. I think I do leave it there, maybe turn it, angle it, I don't know. But yeah, played around with this layout quite a lot and eventually stuck with something similar to this, I think. Yeah, I think it's quite cute. And because the whole house is quite open plan, I've just basically got one big room for everything apart from the bathroom, shower room, toilet room, whatever you want to call it. I separated up the different sections of this one big room with different floor, which I think is a good way of sectioning up an open plan house if you're having trouble with that. It's probably a really obvious thing to do, but there we go. Damn clipping. That sink, it was having a counter in it. So I had to figure out how to avoid that, but still have my little corner going on there. I'm not sure what I did in the end, actually. Oh, clever. Left a little gap so that the cabinet, the counter, won't go into the sink, and then just covered it up with a plant. Cheeky. I think I've also just realised that that sink, because I've put a mirror above it, is also the sink for the bathroom, because there's no room for a sink in the bathroom. So, yeah, you're going to have to go out to your kitchen to wash your hands once you've been to the toilet. But that's okay, because you don't have to touch anything whilst going to your kitchen sink, because there's only an archway for a door for the bathroom. Yes, if you have guests and they're sitting in the living room, you can see straight into the bathroom to see the person on the toilet. Wow, I have furnished this very quickly. I don't know how I've done that so quickly. I just knew exactly what I wanted to use, and everything is suddenly furnished. That's the quickest I've ever furnished anything in my life. Why is this going so quickly? It's going so quickly now. Oh my god. It's the same speed as the video was earlier, but for some reason I was just going very quickly then. Maybe I was in a rush just to get it done. But I don't know. That was so quick, and now it's suddenly so calm. Whew. So some things that you might have missed just then were I added in a wall to separate off the kitchen a bit better and put in a giant window. So it's a wall, but it's a glass wall basically, so you can see into the kitchen, but it still feels a bit more separate so that you have a little walkway when you come in. And I've put in a divider to separate off the bedroom sort of area, which does still have holes in it, but you know, separates it off quite well, I think. There's some little armchairs for the living room and the TV just behind the separator for the bedroom. What else? There's a little dining table for two next to the bay window, which is really cute. And I've also separated the different sections of the house by using different wallpaper as well to help separate the open planness a bit. So it still feels quite roomy, even though it's quite open plan. But yeah, there we go. That's how I've done that. Oh. Sorry about it being so fast just then. I really don't know how I went so fast when I was building it. Usually it takes me a very long time to furnish, hence why I speed up the video so much. I feel quite overwhelmed. But now we're moving on to the outer area, the plants that are underneath the pond, in the pond, underneath the house, underneath the stilts and everything. I wanted to put in this detail because I think it would be really cute. I thought it would be really cute. It is really cute. Everything's cute. I feel like I say that about a lot of things. Oh well, I think it looks cute. I'm also trying to make that little thing, jetty, what is that called? A little slopey thing so you can get down into the water, and this time it's working quite well. I've just made a slope down into the water instead of using a ladder and putting in a little gate so that you can't just run and fall into the pond. Well, you could if you want to, but you'd have to open the gate first. So you could put a little boat there, or you could just slide your feet in, hang your feet off. I've also noticed that you can see the cabinet, the counter, through the wall, which is what I was trying to avoid earlier. Just trying to push it back as far as possible without it clipping through the wall, but when you zoom out a certain way, you can still see it. So I'm just trying to move it forward so that you can't see it. Ta-da! We're done! There's that crazy roof, I love it. We changed the outer colour a little bit to be a bit more mustardy, and it's alright. Yeah, maybe I would have picked a different colour if I could go back now, A nice little sunset there. Moving inside, this is the view to your left and this is the view to your right. Got 2 big windows separating the rooms. This is the little kitchen. I thought I'd add quite a lot of screenshots seeing as we went through the decorating bits so quickly. Then moving out of the kitchen, there's the little dining and living room area. This is the view from the living room. It's very cozy, I think. You can see through the divider to my sim. And the view into the bedroom, what it's like from the bedroom. I think that's pretty nice and cozy as well. And here it is from inside the shower and the bathroom, from the porch down to your little slopey bit, and then just some more exterior of the plants. I hope that you have enjoyed watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!